was just like, can't look at the dead lions, sorry. Right?
Or even the live lions.
Well, we're not supposed to know where those are. I assume that those are actually part of what we're trying to solve.
Yeah, but what if it's like, what if it's like we were supposed to deduce that, hey, if I was trying to hide a lion, I might hide it in a zoo? I don't know.
Okay.
6 lions is a lot of lions to hide.
Right. Plus to feed. Oh my gosh.
But, like, it's not clear that anyone's trying to hide the other lions, right?
Or at least store them safely.
Somebody has to be feeding them somewhere, though.
Right.
Like, you don't just let lions just sit around and not feed them.
Yeah. That would be inhumane. It'd be like killing them. But, yeah. Like, a zoo, in theory, would have the means to provide that much lion feed. And
I'm down for wherever you want to go.
can I see
The only one I
director?
wouldn't want is, like, Sherlock.
Oh, thank you very much.
I think there's others you wouldn't want to go either.
Sure. That's true.
Of the leads we've
But
talked
out of the
about.
things that you're saying, I'm like, yeah, those are all fine.
It is a little interesting that, like, depending on where we go, they may talk to us about either sort of thread, right?
Yeah.
Like, Lestrade actually talked to us about both things, which is like, okay, I get it.
Which put us more onto the, you know.
Well, the thing that put us most on the other case was, like, the fact that the accident happened at the docks and that guy was a sailor, right? Like, there was a connection there.
We were hoping them.
When was his brother killed?
His brother was not killed.
Neither of them have died.
It said
Oh my
he
god.
was found dead.
Who?
His brother in newspapers, wasn't it?
No, I don't recall ever finding his brother dead in the newspapers.
We could go to the Smith meat market and see if anyone's been buying lots
This
of meat.
is. I feel like we're going downhill pretty quickly here.
It's not a bad idea, but
We can go back to Hyde Park and see if there's anything
Oh.
new.
I like the idea of like, let's go talk to the guy in the hospital again.
Yeah, maybe he'll tell us more.
Maybe
Yeah,
maybe
this
we'll do
time we
something
can
new.
break him.
well, we should say the same things we did last time to him.
And react the same way.
If he sticks Mabuto on us, we're leaving again.
So what if
Mm.
his brother paid a sale guy to get the lions transported to the whatever place with jewels, and
I gotta say, smuggling jewels in a lion is probably not the best route.
with the lions, not in the lions, with the lions.
So,
Who
like,
who
put it- make
nobody-
them wear them?
Like nobody can get to those lions apart from Barry, right?
That's not a bad point.
Oh.
Barry would be the only person who can get to the jewels if you put him in the lion cage.
It did point out that they were both male lions. Hide them in the manes.
Oh, you think they're wearing necklaces?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's how you sneak the jewels in.
That's
They're
why we can't
stolen
find the
jewels.
corpses of them anywhere.
We'll put them
'cause-
on the lions.
Yeah, because they're being held by.
So the sailor actually found that out and tried to do something about it, but was killed by.
I don't think the
his
sailor
brother.
would be involved personally, but
But what if he was?
But this would
but
be
like
the,
maybe like Mabuto and the brother are trying to get the jewels away from
this
the
would
lion.
be the most insane story, though.
Yeah.
Like if that was the story, I'd be like, this game.
So here,
is
yeah. So
insane.
here, let me lay out what I think's happening. Thomas and what's Barry are in league, and Thomas is traveling with the circus.
Yeah.
Thomas.
I'm with you there.
So they come back to London. They need to fence the jewels.
They're trying to smuggle them into.
They smuggle them to London. They need to fence them. They hide
Part of
them.
the problem with this is that like we went to the fence and we got nothing.
Well, there's a reason why we get
Yeah.
that. But maybe there's a reason why. So then, sadly, Barry gets wounded, which means he can't get the jewels back out for them.
Right.
So they have to try to get the jewels out themselves, and they end up
What if
killing
he?
the lions.
What if he ended up
Yeah.
doing it on purpose?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you on
Wait,
there.
what
This
if
is
he ended up
interesting.
on
But
You have to kill the
where
lions
do we
to get
go?
what?
Why do you have to kill the lions?
Because they couldn't get
No,
the
no, no,
jewels.
no. I understand. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
I
what
was
if
trying
he
to-
went on purpose?
Did what on purpose? Got wounded? I don't think he got injured on purpose. I
No,
don't
I
think
don't
that's-
think so.
I think that. So the reason what I think is that his brother gets on and off the ship by being in his luggage. I think that like he hides in a crate and that's how he gets off the ship.
Interesting.
Okay.
Because other people on the ship don't know that Thomas is traveling with them. And then whenever they
but here's
pack
my
his
pro-
luggage,
here's-
he gets out and he just relaxes in the cabin for the
Well, here's my
morning.
problem with that is that like, I think the whole reason that they're like, it sounds like they're trying to smuggle these jewels like through the lines, right?
Put him in the line cage is my
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but at the same time, they're also smuggling a person that's able to get through. That sounds a little weird. to
Yeah,
me.
that's true. Also, nothing
Like
has
I'm
led
thinking,
us...
I'm thinking maybe the brother isn't here,
Okay.
but
Nothing is really... The biggest problem I have with this whole theory is nothing has really led us to question smuggling. There's nothing that has suggested we should think about a smuggling operation.
well, I mean, there is the papers.
Okay, that's the thing, is that
Yeah,
we know that he's brothers to a jewel thief.
yeah,
We know a jewel thief has to do something with those jewels.
yeah.
And we know that it was important for some reason for Mbudo and some undetermined person to get at those lines and do something with them.
Right.
Because
And eventually
O'Neill
they
was
ended up shooting them.
and they ended up having to kill them because they couldn't handle them or whatever because
Right.
Barry was out of the picture for a while. That implies Barry did not get wounded on purpose. I think that's where their plan went awry because I think
Yeah.
everything would have worked out if Barry was on his feet.
The other problem I have with this is like,
So-
why is this in the park?
And then Barry, the reason Barry
Why
could
would you
be-
take this to a public place to try to get these jewels?
Yeah, that doesn't make a ton of sense.
Yeah, no, I don't. Well, maybe they're just. I don't know about what's going on.
Sure. I'm just trying to poke holes in this case.
And
or
then
in
I
our,
think
in our
that
theory.
we show up at the hospital.
Yeah.
Barry immediately thinks that
Right.
we're there about the jewels,
Yeah.
basically.
But then when we're like talking about the lions the entire time, he's like, oh, I don't give a fuck.
Right, exactly. I don't even know where they. In fact, he doesn't. He's like, I don't know where they are because it's important we don't get near them. But
Yeah.
then also, he's like, he only cared if we were with the police or some probably fences, bruisers, whatever.
Yeah.
Those are the only two things he cared that we were. And he thought he was threatened when we showed up at that hospital.
Although to be like, why is he trying to? Who's he trying to assassinate? I guess.
Who, Barry?
No. Who's the bodyguard there to kill?
I think it was to protect Barry because whatever delivery was supposed to go down didn't go
Didn't
down.
go down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Mbudo couldn't get him. Like, maybe they had to kill some of the lions and they ditched him, and it was like, we just stopped, we gave up at that point in time, so we'd have to kill all 8 to get to the package.
I mean, I like this theory, but it's such a theory.
Yeah.
We have
have
zero
no
proof.
evidence for any of
Well,
this.
what do we have evidence for of anything? It's the only thing that we at least have a
What is
suggestion
Scotland Yard
of.
again?
Yeah.
Scotland Yard.
We read that one, right?
Yeah, we've read Scotland Yard. I don't know where the blue book went.
Did Barry actually say? Oh, sorry, I'm holding a blue book. Did Barry actually say, "I don't know where the lions are," or did he
Yes,
just say?
yes.
Yeah, he said, I don't know where the lions
And he said
are.
it
So both
aggressively. in
Roy
fact.
and Barry both said, "I don't know where the lions."
Nobody knows where the lions are.
So one of those people.
The
has
straw
to be
doesn't know where the
lying,
lions
right?
are either.
Like either the circus guy knows the lions are, or the lion tamer knows the lions are.
I
One
mean,
of them is not telling the truth.
I would say the less racist guy was probably more suspicious.
Well, she's reading.
The guy in the hospital.
Yeah.
So the fact that the lions were stacked in the cage, does that actually mean that they were put that way? Because why would you do that? Like if you were trying to put like these dead lions into like a cart, why would you stack them? That seems like extra trouble, right?
I think it was just weren't they just thrown on top of each other?
Yeah,
and like
I mean, they're
What you're
lions.
saying,
Threw
you
on
can't
the
like
throw.
you can't like toss a lion on top
Well,
of
I mean, maybe
I think
well,
I
maybe
think the
two
idea is
people
that
can.
like they're on like a raised platform and one just they like pushed one off the edge onto the cart and then pushed the other one off the edge onto the cart.
But
so they ended
in
up
the
stacked.
park though, or like you're
No,
saying
they were
earlier?
killed elsewhere.
Where's the park again?
See, we're having him shot elsewhere and the bodies be disposed now.
Yeah.
In the park? That sounds like
The
a
park
terrible
is.
place.
I mean, I would dump them in the Thames for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like also that
The park is closer than the Thames is.
we'd have to explain why all the ground was like trampled and all that. If the lions were dead before they got there.
That definitely implies something was going on.
So they removed.
I'm wondering if the fact that they're stacked actually implies that they were shot in the wagon. Like they were both alive in the wagon. You shoot one, he goes down. You shoot the other one, he goes down on top of him.
That's
Okay.
weird.
But
That
what's
was
all the
actually-
trampling
I thought it was actually trying to imply the opposite.
Yeah,
Because they were shot first and then the bodies were placed on top
Right,
of each
because
other.
if they're shot while they're in the wagon, they wouldn't be. They would each fall where they were standing. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, maybe they were having sex.
That I mean, that's topical.
the two male
Two
lions.
males.
That's fine.
To be fair,
Animals do that all the time.
It does. It
Do
does.
lions do that?
Yeah,
I feel like we have to Google it.
that was an abuse.
Yeah.
We don't need to
say it
Google
was a
No,
news
we
a
need
few
to go to
weeks
the
ago.
zoo and ask them.
Yeah.
We go to the
1888
zoo.
Google's not been invented yet.
Yeah. So
Otherwise, I would Google what is the solution to the lionized lion.
If two,
I would not
if
Google
two
that.
male lions were in a cage.
No, in 1888.
Oh, 1988, sure. All right, Don, where do you want to go? Or do you want? Or do you think this is the answer?
I wish we had a buyer. That's what's missing in this equation. Who's
Good old
buying?
Underhill.
Well,
Anything.
there's also this.
There's no criminal activity.
We went to both criminal locations. One was a brick, and the other one tried to sell us alcohol.
Both of them are bricks.
No, he tried to sell us alcohol,
Okay.
which was probably poisoned because we already know that someone was poisoned. So he knew we were up onto it and was trying
Somebody's
to
poisoning
poison
the
us.
alcohol.
So
that's
it's
for
him the whole
sure.
time. It was Porky.
Yeah, Porky was trying to poison us.
Like, I'm looking through the book for.
How much does the chat hate us? Because we're just.
They want to know how the case evolved into Googling gay lions.
Do
I
they?
think it was pretty clear.
That's a direct question for
I
me.
thought it was pretty obvious how that got there, but okay.
I'm gonna blame Lila on that one. She said, "What if they were having sex?"
Yeah, well, I mean,
That was where.
I'm wondering if I keep
What
thinking
is-
because it's called the lionized lion. I keep thinking one lion was protecting the other, like jumping in front of the bullet.
One of them, no. One of the lions was lionizing the other one, like giving him the old lion.
Oh no,
Oh, come on.
I don't think that's a term.
that's
for
not a real term.
that. Nobody calls that lionizing.
they will
I'm
now.
gonna start it.
They will now.
Probably won't. I don't think we have that much pull over society.
No,
You can do it, Ryan. I have faith in you.
I'm gonna lionize you.
There's probably gonna be a card now called the lionized whatever.
Who is very afraid of?
The big bad wolf.
Virginia Woolf.
Maybe his brother?
You think his brother's coming for him? You think he stole the jewels?
Possibly. Why not?
He was supposed to be part of because maybe his brother's not here.
Maybe it's that. So there was the dude from like many cases ago.
Many cases.
Many cases.
Many
ago.
cases ago, that was. I think that's not the lead.
No.
Can I see our list of normal contacts?
Yeah. I've looked over and I didn't find anything.
Sherlock
I do have.
Holmes.
You should go to Lomax.
Lomax.
No.
Does that involve
No.
There's
food?
the. I was gonna say there's the carrot.
The Lomax, no.
Oh, that is kind of like the Google of
The
this.
Lorax.
Wait, maybe did you go to person who checks the bodies?
We went to Scotland Yard,
No, not that one. The
There is
person who
like a
actually checks
medical
the bodies.
but a
examiner. in the
mortician's not
hospital.
going to check the lion's bodies.
Why not?
Nobody. Well, Sarah also specifically said I have no idea where the lions' bodies are.
Yeah. Nobody knows where the
Why
bodies
don't we
are.
just check
Wait,
every
so how do they
location
know
until we
they're
find
dead?
the lions?
Well, there you go.
What's that?
Saturday
All right,
night?
we're starting.
How do
At
they know
one.
they're dead?
Yeah.
They were found dead in the park. Lestrade doesn't know what happened to their bodies after they were taken to Scotland Yard.
London Society Gossip.
There's a lot of good gossip going on.
We've talked to the gossip columnist.
Yeah, we
before.
talked to him during the marriage one.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like what we're looking for here.
It was
No.
Where was it? The central.
What if they hid diamonds in the
Central
lion's
carrot people?
eyes?
Yeah, that one. Like they
What
specifically
is this,
said that that's where the.
necrotic lions?
Ooh.
Like I thought that's where the
Why do-
carriages
why
were.
have-
taken.
What if they were putting gems in the lions to bring them back to life?
Possible. They
Giving
took the
them
gems
power
out.
on
The lions have been dead for years. They took the gems out to sell them,
Oh.
and the lions just collapsed. That's why the blood's brown, is because they bleed old blood.
Oh, there you go. I think we figured it
Full of
out.
old blood.
I gotta get that new
I would
one.
remember it if we had any lions around.
We can go to R.S. Gerard and Company.
No.
And do what?
It's where a daring daylight robbery was.
Noticing lions?
What month was that?
This was several months ago.
That was the first
Yeah.
robbery by Tom.
But this is where Thomas O'Neill is suspected.
Yeah.
I keep thinking
All right,
of
Matt,
Jack
go.
O'Neill from Star
Do
Trek
it.
when we bring these names.
Do
Can
it,
you
Matt.
describe the man who robbed us? Yes, he smelled like lions.
Yes.
Oh.
Do it, Matt. I have faith. You're gonna get it right now.
And where are we going?
I'm taking notes.
Sounds crazy. I'm thinking the zoo.
All right, let's do
All
this.
right.
Zoo.
Oh, I don't
Let's
think
zoo
the
it
zoo.
up.
I don't think the zoo. I don't think the zoo.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's your turn. Don't listen
All right.
to Chris.
You
Oh,
can
you
do
wouldn't
it.
let her go to Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Well,
Bitch.
that's kind
Yeah, I
of.
stand behind that.
Bitch.
As she calls
I
it.
think-
Zoo.
I think
I
going
guarantee
to-
the zoo will be a brick. There's nothing leading us to the zoo.
I think going to Sherlock Holmes should be a group. Always be a group decision.
I'd agree with
I just want to move the game forward. That's
Well,
all.
but I don't think the zoo. I'm positive the zoo.
I
will
want
be
us
a
to
brick.
just
Nothing
go in
has led us to the
circles.
zoo.
Well, we'll move us
Other
forward
than
because
the
then
zoo
it'll
has
be
animals
Jake's
and
turn.
animals
Jake
will
will pick something. And then Ryan will pick something.
I'm gonna go crazy.
Like if we could just fill in that hole of who's on the other end of this transaction.
Well,
Well, do you think